Today we are going to learn about the cell organelles. They are the parts of a cell. First one is the nucleus. Nucleus is the prominent spherical structure found at the center of the cell. Basically, nucleus is the controlling center of the cell activities, and hence it has been described as the brain of the cell. In plant cell, nucleus lies towards the periphery due to the presence of large central vacuole. Next is the structure of a nucleus. Nucleus is made up of a nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and chromatin network. Nuclear membrane is the double membranous structure that separates the nucleus from the cytoplasm. The membrane is perforated by several nuclear pores, which allows exchange of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Next is the nucleoplasm. It is the colorless cytoplasm within the nuclear membrane in which chromatin and nucleoli are suspended. Nucleolus. It is the dense spherical granular structure found inside the nucleus. Nucleolus is not bounded by a membrane. It is rich in proteins and RNA. Basically, nucleolus is the site of ribosome formation. Next is the chromatin network. Chromatin is a network of fine thread-like coiled filaments distributed in the nucleoplasm. It is usually made up of DNA and protein. During cell division, chromatin becomes highly condensed, thick and rod-like structures known as chromosomes. The chromosome contains genes. Gene is the functional unit of a chromosome. Genes are responsible for storing and transmitting hereditary characteristics from one generation to another. Now we will see the functions of nucleus. Nucleus is the chief controlling center of the cell. It contains chromosomes which carry genes. Genes are responsible for transmission of hereditary characters from parents to offspring. Nucleus controls all metabolic activities taking place in the cell. It also participates in the cell division to produce genetically identical daughter cell by a process known as mitosis. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is a complex network of membrane-bound structure which runs through the cytoplasm. It is divided into two types. First is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Second is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is lined with ribosomes and is rough in appearance, hence named as rough endoplasmic reticulum. It is the site of protein synthesis. Second is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. It contains no ribosomes and hence is smooth in appearance, and it helps in lipid and steroid synthesis. Functions of endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum helps in intracellular and intercellular transport of materials. It provides large surface area for various metabolic reactions. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is the site of protein synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum helps in lipid synthesis. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum in liver cells helps in detoxifying many drugs and poisons. Proteins and lipids synthesized on endoplasmic reticulum are used for making cell membrane. This process is called membrane biogenesis. Next is the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus consists of smooth, flattened, membrane-bound, sac-like structures called cisternae. The cisternae are stocked together, placed one above another in parallel rows. It is frequently surrounded by vesicles, which are discharged from the cisternae. Golgi apparatus is single complex in animal cells, while in plant cells it is formed of separate units called dictyosomes. Functions of Golgi apparatus. It is involved in the synthesis and repair of cell membrane. It is also involved in the formation of lysosomes and peroxisomes. Golgi apparatus also takes part in storage, modification, and packaging of various biochemical products produced by different components of the cell. It is the secretory organelle of the cell. Next is the mitochondria. Mitochondria have the ability to make their own protein. They are rod-shaped cell organelles surrounded by a double membrane. The outer membrane is smooth and porous, while the inner membrane is folded into large number of finger-like structures called cristae. Cristae increases the surface area of the inner membrane, which provides more surface area for the metabolic reactions to take place. The fluid inside the mitochondria is called matrix. Mitochondria contains enzymes necessary for the total oxidation of food and for the release of large amount of energy in the form of ATP. So they are called the powerhouse of the cell. Functions of mitochondria. Mitochondria are the site of cell respiration. Mitochondria provide energy in the form of ATP for various metabolic activities of living organisms. Since the mitochondria synthesize ATP, it is also known as the powerhouse of the cell. Next organelle is the plastids. Plastids are found only in plant cells. They are absent in animal cell. On the basis of pigments present in them, plastids are the following three types. First one is the leucoplast. Leucoplasts are the colorless plastids. They take part in storage of food. Second is the chromoplast. They are colored plastids. The color varies from red, orange, yellow, etc. due to the presence of carotenoids. They are mostly found in flowers and fruits. Third is the chloroplast. Chloroplasts are green colored plastids found in leaves. The green color is due to the presence of green colored pigment chlorophyll. Now we will study about the structure of chloroplast in detail. A chloroplast is bounded by two membranes, one outer membrane and an inner membrane. The inside of chloroplast is clearly marked into a colorless ground matrix called stroma. Stroma is a homogeneous matrix in which grana is embedded. Stroma contains a variety of photosynthetic enzymes, DNA and ribosomes. Next is the grana. They are stalks of membrane-bound flattened sacs containing the molecules of chlorophyll. One thylakoid stack is known as granum. Each thylakoid have chlorophyll molecules on their surface and trap sunlight and take part in the process of photosynthesis. Functions of chloroplast. Chloroplast trap solar energy which is used to manufacture food through photosynthesis. Chromoplasts provide color to fruits and flowers. Leucoplasts take part in storage of protein, starch and oil. Next is the vacuole. Vacuoles are membrane-bound fluid-filled cavities or sacs present in the cytoplasm. They are surrounded by membrane called tonoplast. The vacuole is filled with a liquid called cell sap that contains dissolved salts and sugars. A single large vacuole is present in plant cell. In animal cells, vacuole may or may not be present. If present, they are numerous and smaller in size. Now we will see what are the differences between plant cell and animal cell. Plant cells are larger than animal cells. Animal cells are smaller than plant cells. Second point, cell wall present in addition to plasma membrane in plant cells. But cell wall is absent in animal cells. Third point, plasma does matter present in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. Next, chloroplast is present in plant cell. It is absent in animal cell. Fifth point, vacuoles are large and permanent in plant cell. Vacuoles are small and temporary in animal cells. Tonoplast present around the vacuole, but in animal cell, tonoplast absent. Seventh point, centrioles absent except motile cells of lower plants in plant cell, but in animal cells, centrioles are present. Eighth point, nucleus present along the periphery of the cell, but in animal cell, it is at the center of the cell. Ninth point, lysosomes are rare. In animal cell, lysosomes are present. Last point, storage material is starch grains. In animal cell, storage material is in the form of glycogen. Thank you, children.